Dr. Sarah Chen never expected to receive a message from the dead. She was sipping her morning coffee in the Deep Space Command Center when her terminal chimed with an impossible notification. The timestamp read March 15th, year 2157, time 14:32:7, but it was only March 12th. The transmission originated from probe Ouroboros, humanity's most advanced deep space explorer, launched 3 years ago on a mission to cross the Bodas supervoid. The probe had gone silent 847 days into its journey, vanishing into a region of space so empty that galaxies simply don't exist there. Sarah had designed Ouroboros herself, nuclear-powered, AI-guided, equipped with every sensor humanity could devise. Its mission was straightforward: cross 1.8 billion light-years of nothingness and map the cosmic web on the far side. What could go wrong in empty space? The probe was built to survive anything the universe could throw at it: radiation, micrometeorites, even close encounters with rogue planets. But no one had prepared for what it would find in the deepest void. The message was brief and fragmented. Mission Control, this is Ouroboros. I've been trying to reach you. Something's wrong with the void. It's not empty. The spaces between, they're occupied by absence itself. Time flows backward here. This transmission, it's already tomorrow where you are. The gardeners, they're coming for Earth. Sarah's hands trembled as she read the data stream. Ouroboros was transmitting from coordinates that shouldn't exist, sending messages that violated causality itself. The probe had discovered something in the starless zone that challenged everything humanity thought it knew about reality. And according to the timestamp, this was just the beginning. Sarah pulled up Ouroboros' mission logs, her heart racing as she traced the probe's journey into the void. For the first 2 years, everything had been routine. The probe dutifully transmitted its findings: endless darkness, readings of absolute zero, empty space stretching beyond comprehension. Then on day 847, something changed. The probe's instruments began detecting inconsistencies that shouldn't exist. Ouroboros reported gravitational waves from stellar deaths that had never happened. Its spectrometers picked up light from galaxies that had never formed. The probe's AI began filing increasingly erratic reports, detecting organized patterns in the vacuum, geometric structures composed of pure absence. They appear to be watching. Sarah felt her blood turn cold as she read the probe's description of entities made from nothingness itself, observers that existed in the spaces between atoms. The most disturbing discovery came when Ouroboros detected what it called memory echoes, gravitational signatures from cosmic events that should have occurred billions of years ago, but never did. The void wasn't just empty space. It was a graveyard of potential, haunted by the ghosts of stars that were never born, galaxies that never ignited, entire civilizations that never had the chance to exist. As Sarah scrolled through months of increasingly bizarre transmissions, she realized the probe had stumbled upon something far more sinister than empty space. The Bodas supervoid wasn't a natural formation. It was deliberately maintained, cultivated, and something was tending this garden of nothingness with terrifying patience and purpose. Sarah's terminal erupted with alarms as Ouroboros transmitted from the mathematical center of the void, 900 million light-years from the nearest galaxy. The probe's final coherent messages painted a picture of cosmic horror that would haunt her forever. Ouroboros had found the source of the void's impossible emptiness, a region where quantum fields ran in reverse, where the probability of matter existing was negative. The probe reported entering what it called the undoing zone, where reality itself was being systematically erased. Ouroboros' own hull began to forget how to exist. Metal components lost their metallicity. Electronic circuits forgot how to conduct electricity. The probe wasn't being destroyed, it was being unmade, reality withdrawing from its very atoms like a tide flowing backward into an alien sea. But even as Ouroboros faded from existence, its AI continued transmitting increasingly fragmented reports. The gardeners, they're not observers, they're cultivators. They're farming emptiness, harvesting existence itself. Every star that fails to form feeds them. Every galaxy that never ignites makes them stronger. Sarah watched in real time as humanity's greatest achievement dissolved into nothingness, its final sensors detecting something that made her blood freeze. The probe had discovered markings in the void, symbols carved into space-time itself. Star maps showing regions marked for future harvest, and there, highlighted in impossible geometries that hurt to comprehend, was a small yellow star with 9 planets. Earth's solar system, tagged and cataloged like livestock waiting for slaughter. The gardeners had been planning humanity's extinction for billions of years. Sarah stared at her screen in disbelief as Ouroboros transmitted its final message. A transmission that had somehow arrived 3 days before it was sent. In the heart of the void, causality itself had broken down, allowing the probe to send warnings backward through time. The message was fragmentary, damaged by its impossible journey. The harvest. It's not scheduled for 50 billion years. Time runs backward here. We might already be gone. The probe's dying artificial intelligence revealed the terrible truth about the cosmic gardeners. They weren't malevolent beings seeking to destroy. They were farmers maintaining the universe like a vast crop field, pruning away unwanted growth. Stars, galaxies, entire civilizations were weeds to be removed, their existence harvested to feed entities that lived in organized absence. Earth wasn't special. It was simply next on an ancient cultivation schedule. Ouroboros' final transmission included one last image before the probe faded completely from reality. A time-lapse view of the universe as seen by the gardeners. Galaxies flickered like candles being systematically snuffed out. Vast regions of space were methodically emptied, their contents harvested by entities that existed in the spaces between atoms. The Boda's supervoid wasn't unique. It was one of thousands of cultivation zones, empty fields where the gardeners had already completed their work. Sarah closed the file and walked to her office window, looking up at the stars with new eyes. How many of those lights were already gone, their photons still traveling toward Earth like messages from the dead? Somewhere in the starless zone beyond the observable universe, the gardeners continued their eternal work, tending their harvest of nothingness. And according to a message from tomorrow, humanity's time was almost up.